Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of X Malice along Aiji Yanagi's route. We went in for a normal day at work. At this point, yes, we do know that Saiki is a member of Adonis. I'm pretty sure Zero, and I don't think there's really any doubts that it's Zero in particular. But obviously he's not letting on in front of anybody. He said something about reaching him. Well, we've reached him now. We figure out who he is, and he's right here, so we win, right? Really? Technically. We just can't put him in jail is all. Alright, well anyway, let's get back to it. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
Christmas, huh? Hoshino, are you spending it with anyone? You must be some smooth operator.
I couldn't answer him like I typically would. My face stiffened. But Saiki hadn't changed. He was too normal, exactly as he always was. He's a good actor. Maybe suspecting him really was just a big mistake. Oh, don't be a simple fool. He was just acting so nonchalant.
Oh, did I say something weird? Hoshino, what's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing.
Hey, no need to mince words on account of sad single me.
I couldn't even force a smile at his joke. The way he didn't change a bit terrified me. I also had the feeling Saiki probably has feelings for her too. I mean, I could be off base with that, but I had the feeling he would have liked me to have joined him in Adonis and we could have been a couple together, which could have made a good bad ending.
Hey, Hoshino, you're looking really pale. Are you sick? Do you need to visit the infirmary? Wow, seriously, you're practically green. I'll take you there.
I'm fine.
In what world is that color fine? Up you go.
You're forcing me to go? No, Mochida, don't let him take me. Saiki lifted me by the arm. He supported me on his shoulder.
Thanks, Saiki. I'll take care of her.
I don't know if this is safe. Then he led me from the room. Saiki? Saiki took me down the hallway, or rather, he dragged me. At that moment, I wanted to get my bearings. I wanted him to stop. I'm really fine, so stop.
Honestly, Hoshino, your face is an open book. Everyone around here is going to think something's up. We're not going to the infirmary. There's somewhere else I want to take you.
What? This was just Saiki being... No, something was different. Yeah, you shouldn't be out here with him in the first place. The way he talked and acted was the same, but his air had changed now. Does it feel a little menacing? I always thought they drew his eyes particularly piercing. They're beautiful. I quickly looked around. Maybe it was bad luck, but nobody was around. The fear started to creep in again. My legs felt weak.
The world is where our ideals will be realized.
I had to get out of here. Run away!
Whoa there.
When I reflexively tried to run, Yuzuru caught me with his hand. Hey, this is the first time I've ever called him Yuzuru. Why am I calling him that now that I know he's Zero? And why didn't you run away faster, Ichika?
Running away? That's cold.
Stop it! What should I do? What could I do against his grip? In my panic, I couldn't think straight. I squirmed, trying to get away. Bite his hand. Then... Ichika! Okazaki! To the rescue! Okazaki had arrived in time to knock Saiki's hand aside. What? If he had that tight a grip, he couldn't just knock it aside that easily.
Whoa, where'd you come from? Are you a ninja?
Pretty much. Who are you?
USP guys really are phantoms. Oh, I'm Yuzuru Saiki, Hoshino's co-worker.
You must be the person of interest I was told of. Okazaki reached into his breast pocket. A moment later, he had a gun in his hand. Oh god, he's so cool looking like that. Freeze. Stay right there.
Hang on a second.
Okazaki had drawn his pistol on Saiki without a moment's hesitation. His eyes were serious.
Mr. SP, we're in the police station, you know. I think that's grounds for termination.
That doesn't matter to me. My mission is to protect her.
Good grief. So hot-blooded.
Saiki sighed. An instant later... The hell? Gah! A sharp pain lanced through my neck. Oh, crap. The damned collar. My vision blurred. My legs gave out. I couldn't stand. Ichika! Ugh! I couldn't speak. Saiki had probably done something to my collar. What did you do?
If you shoot me, Hoshino dies. Don't worry, it has a delayed effect. Although it's dangerous to leave her like this.
What do you want?
I'd say what I want is for you to behave. The stage is almost set, and I don't want any unwanted distractions. Until that point, would you mind just leaving me alone? That's my only demand.
It goes against his job to protect me.
Yanagi, are you sure we shouldn't bring Mineo? It's pretty rare of you to want his help. His muscles are his only redeeming quality. He'd be a good meat shield if this goes south.
Indeed. He's the best physical specimen among you. Except for Okazaki.
You heard what happened today, and want as many people around Hoshino as possible.
Oh, so Saiki didn't take me? I thought he was going to take me with him.
Well, I hope the antidote can make it in time. There won't be any point if we get taken out here. I don't think they gain anything by exposing themselves to kill us. We need to focus on good negotiating angles.
Please relax and make yourself at home while you wait.
Looks like Mikuni isn't here yet. Good evening, Yanagi, Sasazaka. It's been a while.
Oh, I'm surprised to see you here. Thought you were done for this route.
Well, look who it is. Aren't you on sick leave because you came down with the flu? Of course not. Oh, were you worried about me? Not a bit. You wound me. Shiraishi, did you put something on my computer? Oh, I didn't do anything. You'd know whether your PC was tampered with or attacked remotely, wouldn't you? Oh, you'd probably accept it if I messed with your computer, but you can't admit being totally defeated by another hacker. You've got a foul mouth, as always. Shiraishi, stop provoking him. No, don't look so dour. The man you've come to meet will be here soon.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I suppose there's no need for introductions. Let us get right to business. Neither of us had the luxury of time. We should hurry. Exactly how much do you all know about us?
Like we tip our hands so easily. Yesterday, when we analyzed your office server, we found information on it that you should not have known. We deleted it, of course, but you had the original media, don't you? Yeah. If you were to analyze and publicize that data, it would be extremely problematic for us. Like I care about your problems. Whether you're a terrorist, manager, or cult leader, you'll just have to work hard and deal with it. No, Sasazaka. I know you're upset that your prize security got hacked, but let's at least hear the man out. It's true that we possess data which poses a liability to you. And we have no intention of destroying it. Whether that's troublesome for you is of no concern to us. Indeed. Shall we make a deal then? A deal. As you mentioned, we are what you would call a terrorist organization. X Day, which is next month, is part of our plans. Huh, coming clean. However, the incidents that have been occurring recently do not align with Adonis's original goals. So there is infighting going on after all. So you've even learned that much. You're not to be underestimated. Oh, I think I remember mentioning that. Huh, number 14. But even I don't know any of the details. My job was to act as a police employee and report my analysis, right? The one who caused the rift in the organization and challenged Mikuni's original Adonis is... Where is Yuzuru Saiki? I didn't tell him anything. Is this about Zero? I know you didn't. You wouldn't know his cover appearance or his name. Is Yuzuru Saiki the serial person? Yuzuru Saiki is the current elder within our organization. So, he was the actual leader. He and I, long ago, we conceived of a dream together. Our idea was to change the country.
Long ago? How old are these two? I gotta look up the ages again.
But our paths have differed. He is no longer the man I once knew. The original form of the X-Day plan we drafted was not what it is now. Let me ask you this. Do you want to stop Saiki? Yes. Then, just turn yourselves in. Simple. I have no intention of meekly surrendering. I wish to revive the original Adonis. Our past beliefs are still sound. We will reform Japan's consciousness. Thus, I cannot allow Adonis to simply be dismantled. I spent too much time and effort constructing it. And you think we'll just let you? That's why I said this was supposed to be a deal, didn't I? Before you expose us, you will allow those who have inherited the true will of Adonis to flee. Please allow us this small delay, so that we can attempt to revive the country another time. In exchange, I promise that we will oppose Yuzuru Saiki alongside you, and remove Ichigo Hoshino's collar.
Like a deal with the devil. Now we're into chapter 6. So we got 6 and 7, which I imagine will be lengthy. December 22nd, and then it will be over. 7:10 a.m. Slowly I opened my eyes. It was a standard run-of-the-mill morning. I have to get ready. I've been feeling oddly sluggish all morning. I know the reason why. The shock of yesterday still hadn't worn off. Saiki revealed himself as the collar's owner. Saiki poisoned me. That was the worst shock of all. I stood up to jar the tortured feelings from my heart. I stretched and took out my phone. I reread the text that Sasuke sent last night. It seemed that he had found some information on Saiki. It's true. It's really true.
Hey, you awake?
Yeah, let's have breakfast. Kazuki poked his head in to check up on me. I can't make Kazuki worry. Scolding myself, I made breakfast. Toast, ham, eggs, soup, and salad were easy enough to prepare. Let's eat.
Thanks for the food.
We sat down and said our ritual thanks. Watching the steam gently rise off the food put me a bit at ease. This is an emergency announcement. At 7:13 a.m. today, a new X-Day warning was issued. I had been trying to butter my toast when I heard an unbelievable declaration from the TV. Did they just... I had been completely ignoring the TV, but now I was hanging on every word. Adonis' statement was playing.
Tonight, on December 22nd, a police office at a certain location will be condemned. This person has allowed many people to become victims.
Oh, I think they meant police officer. Sorry.
This person has allowed many people to become victims, playing the champion of justice while avoiding the scrutiny of society. As part of the countdown to X-Day, we, Adonis, shall pass judgment.
The police have deemed this to be a credible threat and are on high alert. Suddenly, static filled the TV screen. Somehow, I don't think he's going to be that easy to catch. The news anchor's voice was interrupted. The static grew until it suddenly disappeared a moment later. Back again?
We deeply apologize to all citizens who have been terrorized by recent developments.
And then a voice started coming from the TC speakers that I'd heard countless times before from my collar.
However, we will not judge good people. We will only judge those of evil intent. X-Day will come on January 1st next month. On that day, our hammer will fall on sinners across the nation. Those of you who seek to breed sorrow, those of you who sin so casually, the grand judgment of Adonis awaits you.
What was that?
What?
Cut the commercial, quick! The display went back to normal. The TV studio was in chaos, and they didn't seem to realize the camera feed had returned. This is just wrong. One couldn't shield wrongdoers. They must face justice for their misdeeds. But Adonis was going to judge a massive group of people by their own arbitrary moral code. That's not judgment, it's slaughter. They had to be stopped, no matter what.
Hey, Ichika.
Huh? The moment I'd built up my resolve, Kazuki spoke up.
You going to work?
Of course.
Didn't you just pass out yesterday? At least take today off.
He knows something's wrong. Kazuki had seen Okazaki escort me home yesterday, and Enomoto and Yoshinori had also come by to protect me. No rookie cop was worth that much protection. Kazuki obviously had reason to be concerned. Sorry, but I have to go. I can't afford to rest right now.
What do you mean you can't rest?
I'll be fine. There's just something I must do, no matter what.
Oh, looks like somebody's here.
The door intercom rang. Feeling Kazuki's curious eyes assessing me, I stood up and went to the entrance. It's probably Okazaki, I hope. Okazaki had been on watch in front of our home all night long. I felt terrible for him. Maybe he's here to go over today's schedule. I looked over at the intercom monitor. But Okazaki wasn't the one who appeared on the monitor. Yanagi? Even better.
Morning, Hoshino. We need to talk.
Okay, sure. I opened the door in a panic.
Sorry to bug you this early in the morning.
It's okay. Good morning.
Were you planning to go to work?
Yes.
I thought so.
I'd answered instantly, but Yanagi didn't seem like he was going to scold me. Instead, he looked like he was at a loss. I knew how concerned he was for my safety. The collar isn't just going to come off. I can't escape from him. In the statement Adonis just broadcast, they said it would happen today. There won't be any delays. If I can talk to him, I might be able to prevent the crimes. Even if that isn't possible, we might get new leads. If Saiki needs me, then he's going to act whether I do anything or not. So there's no point in hiding and hoping. Even if I'm just bait, I want to do what I can.
Good grief, woman.
Did we just say all that in front of Kazuki? After listening to my impassioned defense, Yanagi just released a great sigh.
If it really were up to me, I wouldn't push you. I really don't want to resort to using you. But I know this isn't the time for me to be selfish.
Yanagi's distraught voice made me avert my eyes. Even if I do manage to talk to Saiki, I doubt the overall situation will improve. Even if he was arrested immediately, it still wouldn't solve the fundamental problem. Huh?
Oh, it's you.
Kazuki. Oh yeah, I don't think I've introduced them. Kazuki had met Yanagi that time I tracked Kazuki to the concert club. It wasn't the time for introductions then. Yanagi, this is my brother Kazuki. Kazuki, this is my friend Yanagi. He's an ex-cop.
Yeah, we met last time.
Kazuki responded to the hasty introduction by looking at Yanagi cautiously.
Are you involved in some shady business other than X Day?
Huh?
There's cops in front of the apartment, too. They said they were bodyguards, didn't they? You've gone and gotten yourself into some kind of danger, haven't you?
Well...
Yesterday, you said that you collapsed because you were anemic. Anemic people don't need bodyguards.
Yeah, Kazuki's not stupid.
And now, this ex-cop shows up. Why is he suspiciously showing up so suddenly? What exactly have you been up to?
Sorry, I can't go into details. It's related to the investigation. I couldn't let Kazuki get caught up in this. I worked as a police officer to protect this town from Adonis, but above everything else, I wanted to keep Kazuki safe. But the situation is definitely dangerous in many different ways, so please listen to what the bodyguards say.
Dangerous? Shinjuku's always been dangerous. Are you implying that it's somehow even worse now?
Yep.
Kazuki, was it? I'm sorry for placing your sister in harm's way.
Yanagi.
Why are you apologizing?
Kazuki blinked uncomfortably, thrown off balance by the abrupt apology. Yanagi, on the other hand, was looking dead at him.
It's natural for you to be concerned that your family is involved with dangerous work. You probably want to stop her, or make her explain what's going on, and know the feeling. But right now, your sister is key to our fight to stop more murders from happening, and to restore Shinjuku to normal. She's irreplaceable. I'm sorry, but I need you to understand this.
That isn't your fault, Yanagi.
No, I bear some responsibility for not stopping you from throwing yourself into the mouth of danger.
That's not...
If her family gets taken hostage, then all the effort she's putting in is for nothing. We can't let anything happen to her brother. That would hurt your sister the most. For her sake, I need you to stay calm.
Ichika's just a beat cop. Why does she have to play such an important role? And you're talking about hostages. Why does she have to stick her neck out when things are so dangerous?
I can't explain it to you right now, but we will absolutely protect you and your sister. She's trying her hardest right now to keep you safe. Please help her out and cooperate with us.
Kazuki was quiet. I'm sure he was struggling to accept the offer when we wouldn't explain anything to him. I'm sorry for making you worry, but you'll have plenty of protection.
I don't care about what happens to me.
Oh, I wanted to assuage Kazuki's doubts at least, but when I tried to reassure him to that effect, he burst into anger.
Why am I the only one who gets to be safe? If something happens to you, what's the point? You're just doing whatever you want, but
Kazuki... Even though I was surprised to see Kazuki so worked up, it made me a little happy. Hug him, Hoshino! Thank you for worrying about me, Kazuki. It'll be okay. We'll definitely get the city back the way it was. I patted my brother on the head. I was relieved that he hadn't brushed me off. I want to reclaim a future for you.
Do whatever you want. If you don't get home safe, I'll never forgive you.
Of course. I'll make it back home safe. This is my home.
Yeah.
Oh, that look. When I looked at the clock, it was almost time to leave for work. This was no time to be relaxing. I had to do whatever I could. Let's go, Yanagi.
Yeah.
I'm leaving now, Kazuki. Hug at least.
See you later.
Even though he turned away sulkily, Kazuki at least gave me a proper send-off. I felt like we should have at least hugged him just in case anything went wrong. But yeah, it's not really the Japanese way exactly. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
When I went outside, Okazaki and Enomoto were there to greet me. They had been here all night long in the cold. I was extremely grateful to them.
You going to work? Don't worry, we'll keep your brother safe.
Okay, thank you.
Don't make that face, it'll be fine. Leave it to Mineo, detective extraordinaire.
I'll accompany you to the police station. You should be alright with Yanagi nearby, but keep your head on a swivel.
Got it, thanks.
Yep, I'll be tailing you from a distance. Go on up ahead.
Yeah, I guess Mineo should be enough to take care of Kazuki. I followed after Yanagi, glancing at me to make sure I was next to him. Yanagi asked me a question.
Did you see Sasasuke's text?
Yes, I did. Sasasuke's text had contained detailed information on Saiki. The overall impression was that there was much about him that we didn't know. The family register, for one, the man Yuzuru Saiki existed, but none of his relatives could be contacted. Furthermore, interviewing the people who were supposedly his schoolmates produced a description that didn't match Saiki. In other words, it was highly likely that he'd assumed the identity of someone who was deceased or missing. When we searched the address he'd listed with the police, someone else was living there. Saiki had taken me to his supposed home in the past, but he obviously didn't live there. All attempts to track Saiki encountered interference. That was abnormal on its own. Even Yoshinori, who was on 24-hour surveillance of Saiki, had been driven off by hoodlums. It hardly seemed coincidental. Finally, a second source corroborated the fact that Saiki was the head of Adonis.
We've given Investigations HQ a limited amount of intel. Their analysis paints Saiki as completely guilty. I spoke with Morioka yesterday.
Given all the data, we'd like to arrest him immediately once we verify his guilt. It'll be set in motion once it's reported to the higher-ups.
Can you get an arrest warrant, though?
At the very least, we can charge him for assaulting Hoshino and collaring her. We can maybe tack on family register fraud. But they'll want to keep this under wraps. If we make a grand show of arresting him, it could lead to massive damage to the police.
The public would take it to mean that the police have been aiding and abetting a terrorist leader.
All the more reason for them to immediately arrest him on some minor charges.
But that won't expose the rest of Adonis. I think the best strategy right now would be to give him some rope while we wait for analysis.
Yeah, I agree. That's why only Minagishi and I know the information you shared with us. I have to tread very carefully.
That's true. I agree with Yanagi's opinion. I still think it's too soon. Akito had finally given us some solid intel. If we planned our next moves based on that, we could definitely stop Adonis. This is gonna get complicated, isn't it? But it's really cool. I want to have a serious talk with him. I'm so worried though because the longer he's free, the more damage he can do, and you never know when something's gonna happen. I want to have a serious talk with him.
Hoshino.
Yanagi, you told me that I didn't have to just reject everything that Saiki has given to me. I have to know for myself. How much of what he told me was lies? What was he thinking when we talked? I must know, and if he's at the center of Adonis, what I learned might help to stop him.
You're right.
Yanagi muttered in a begrudging agreement.
I'll give Morioka a general explanation. Saiki can't really run wild in the station. Okazaki's there in case something happens. We don't have to worry if we leave it to him. Despite that, it doesn't change the fact that you'll be in danger. Since Saiki's so set on you, you're the only one who could do this job. I made some outlandish boasts to your brother, but there's nothing I can actually do to help you.
That isn't true. Didn't I tell you before that it made me happy just to be useful to you? Please don't worry about me. I have enough guts for the both of us. You're one gutsy gal. I smiled, but that only seemed to make Yanagi more troubled. Slowly, he extended his hand toward me. Oh, what a sweet face.
You're half lying.
But that also means I'm half telling the truth. His fingers touched my head. Very delicately, they touched my forehead. My heart felt like it would leap from my chest, but his sad eyes pierced my breast, and I couldn't say anything.
I think you're telling the truth when you say you're happy to help. But you don't really think it'll be okay. You're obviously terrified.
He had seen right through me. Okay, so I lied a little bit. To be honest, I wanted to cry and scream. I wanted to selfishly deny this was real. But doing that wouldn't change a thing.
Honestly, I think that maybe a good cry and a hug would make you feel better right now.
I displayed a bitter smile that mirrored Yanagi's. Yanagi surely understood that I couldn't do any of that in real life.
I'm not going to tell you to cry, though. I've tried to figure out what I can for you, but I'm coming up blank. That frustrates me.
Now Yanagi looked like he was the one who was going to cry. In that case, then can I make a selfish request?
If it's something I can grant, sure.
When Yanagi nodded, I looked straight at him. Oh, okay, I'm saving here. There's a CG variation, so I saved and I'm gonna do both. Let's see. So, I'll say please hold me first and then please hold my hand because it seems like it wants you to hold hands most, so I don't know. I'll do the hold me first. Please, hold me.
We're here.
Yes.
We're right in front of the police station.
I obviously knew that. Work was beginning, so there was quite a lot of foot traffic. Hey, you touched me first, you know.
That's true, but...
Seeing Yanagi struggle with himself right in front of me made me giggle. I was happy he was seriously considering it.
What's so funny?
Kidding, I was kidding. I can already relax know what you're doing for me. Yanagi, you trust me and you rely on me, and you want to defend me. There isn't anything more empowering you can do than that.
Good grief.
Yanagi smiled with a troubled expression. We'd stood face to face for a long time. When I moved, Yanagi's arms encircled me. Wait, he did it! Gently, he embraced me. His large hands clapped me on the back.
If this makes you feel at ease, I'll gladly do it any time.
I blushed. I could feel the warmth flowing from Yanagi. My heart felt warmest of all. Okay, now we'll go back to do it the other way. Now we'll ask him to hold my hand. I want you to hold my hand tightly.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You should ask for a lot more than that.
But this is enough. But when I ask you to hold me, you freak out. Yanagi looked perplexed when I said that to him, making for an uneasy atmosphere. He took my hand. His large and warm hand wrapped around mine. I could feel his kindness through it. Yanagi, you trust me, you rely on me, and you want to defend me. Okay, we already read those lines.
I'm the one who receives courage from your stubborn earnestness. Always.
Yanagi tightly gripped my hand. Oh, that was shorter. For a while, we stood there sharing each other's warmth.
So, exactly how long will we keep doing this?
Until I'm satisfied.
But there's a lot of people here.
I don't care if they gossip about us. And if they get the wrong idea, that's great. It'll just be fait accompli, I guess that is.
You're pretty fired up today.
But of course, a woman in love is strong.
Love.
That's right, you haven't returned that yet. It's love. I'd like it if you think of me as being even a little bit special to you. I didn't expect this to actually convince him. It was just an excuse. I wanted to touch Yanagi. In the end, it was all I could manage. But this alone was enough to lessen my doubts and fears.
Oh, but you had me long ago, though.
Huh? Yanagi whispered something too quietly for me to hear. Darn it!
Fait accompli, eh? Well, I don't mind that at all.
Eh? Chuckling, Yanagi caressed my face. Now I'm the one who's nervous. Ha, he turned the tables on ya. I was the one who had made the request, and now my heart felt like it was going to burst. I think that's enough. Oh, just when he was starting to enjoy it, I think. I removed my hand. I stepped away from Yanagi and looked at him. When this is all over, please let me cry. Please listen to the selfish things I had to say. After it's over.
Alright, I won't say anything to make you cry until then.
Yanagi was finally smiling like he always did. Is that why he's not saying I love you because he knows I'll cry? We'll have to save that for later. Alright, well, we're going to end the video there. I guess Okazaki will be the one protecting me inside the station. So hope to see you there or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.